Good morning and welcome. We're on physics. Constant velocity questions and problems. Question number one: what's the difference between speed and velocity? Remember that speed is just you might say, how fast something is going. You maybe would have, if you're driving your car, you'd have like a speedometer here. That speedometer has a little needle to it, and as you're driving along there, that needle will be pointing to different numbers there, and those numbers are always positive, and they represent just how fast you're going, or as we would call it, the speed, and that's why we call it a speedometer. Yeah. So that's where that name came from. It's just that how fast you're going. You know that in America here, we're generally measuring things in miles per hour when we're in the car. How many miles are we going per hour? So that speed is just, if you were going, it says 25 there, 25 miles per hour. That's the same thing as going 25 miles in every hour. So that means if I was just driving 1 hour, I would drive 25 miles. Now, the velocity is the speed and the direction that you're going. And so it is the how fast. In this case right here, it would be the 25 miles per hour. But then we would also include the direction. And that direction can come in many different forms. That direction could simply be like a positive or a negative direction. It could be something like north, south, east, or west. And we could describe it even in more ambiguous ways. Even if you had something really simple like, oh, I'm outside and there's a big old tree next to me, and maybe that tree is really old and it's not going to move, and we know it's not going to move, and you're going to describe things that are happening over a short period of time anyways, and you'd say, hey, I'm walking towards the tree. Towards that tree is some sort of direction. Now, that's not the best way to describe that as direction. North, south, east, west in that case would be better, or defining that this way is negative towards that way and this way is positive, as we normally do if I was to like drop a number line down here and maybe they started at the zero meter position, and then you'd have like negative positions over here, maybe 10 meters, and then over here you'd have something positive, like positive 3 meters over here. Cool. So a bunch of different ways to be able to describe velocity, or the direction of velocity, but it is just the speed and the direction. So that's why the speedometer doesn't show, or is a speedometer and not a velocityometer, is because it only has positive values and it doesn't tell you which direction you're going. Now you could combine that with a compass, and then maybe it would be recording or displaying the 25 miles an hour and north, and then it would actually be a velocityometer, which would be cool. All right, so that's just the difference. It is just direction between those two. All right, have a beautiful day. See ya.